Hello everyone, it's Jenna here, and today I have a new process video to share for Bramble Fox. This month I am working with the December 2022 Foxbox Plus, and on this layout I'm using the December 22 perspective, a couple of the holly leaves, and then a few tiny bits from the paper snips as well. And that's paper snips number 15, I believe. So I started off by using this cut file, and this is a freebie from Paper Issues. It's a really beautiful snowflake design with a stitched edge. So at the start of the video I showed you a little bit of footage of me just adding some hand stitching to the outer edge there. I didn't film all of it because it took so long to do. It must have taken at least 3 hours, I'd say, sort of on and off to complete, but I absolutely love how this looks already, and I've not even stuck anything down. So I have pulled out the Keeping Cozy collection from Hip Kit Club, which is by Kim and Kimberly, and it's one of the Christmas collections that they released a few years ago. I have a feeling it's possibly from either 2020 or 2019, but because of Brexit and some of the shipping errors and troubles and all of that, I couldn't actually get my hands on it at the time. So when the shipping resumed, I managed to pick up as much of it as I could, and I just adore it. So you can see on my desk there, I've brought all of the embellishments from that collection out, and I'm looking through those to try and find as many sort of appropriate pink and blue embellishments as I can find. And there's some snowflakes that I found. There's some really cute little bits like holly leaves. There's a little pink mug. And then a few other sort of like sprigs and berry pieces that I do also decide to pull in, even though they're not sort of strictly pink or blue. So I've got some foam that I've added to the back of my photos, and I'm going to spend a minute now just gluing my perspective down to a piece of white cardstock that I've cut out, which is just slightly bigger than the perspective itself, that is going to sit on top of and kind of act as though it's got like a white border. So I'm going to start bringing back in some of the embellishments that I have chosen to use today. I don't actually use everything that's out on my page or my desk, and to be honest, I do actually keep the embellishing for this layout very minimal, because I spent so much time and effort on sewing my cut file background that I kind of want that to show as much as possible. So as well as the December 22 perspective, I've also got a couple of the holly leaves scattered around my page too. And I also got the advent calendar last Christmas, which had some holly leaves in as well. So I'm just using a couple of those from my stash just to add to my page so it's a bit more even. So because some of us girls, all of us girls on the design team, we create projects in advance of when products are shipped out. I'm creating this layout in November, and I was trying to think of how I could use this perspective without it being December. And my plan was to kind of extend the title so it reads December 22, we are ready for you. So these photos were taken last Christmas. Obviously I've not got any photos from December 22 because we're not quite there yet. But I figured I would sort of do like a bit of a reflection from last year, and kind of welcome sort of this year's December, and hope that it's sort of as lovely as last year was, and it's full of sort of good food and good drink. So I have decided that I wanted to raise my perspective up off my page, and this is partly because some of my cut file is not sort of stuck directly to the ombre paper. I've added some foam squares just to raise some parts up, and to try and keep it sort of adhered down as best as I can, I figured I would raise my perspective up on foam pads as well. I also do the same with the rest of my title, so for the "We are ready for you" part as well, I do also raise that on some foam pads. But for now, I'm going to spend a moment just making my way around the layout, just adhering my embellishments in place. And I use a combination of glossy accents glue and some foam squares as well, just to get those stuck down. There are a couple of bits that I pulled out from the embellishment packs that have a little bit too much of a white border for my liking, so I'm just going to spend a moment trimming those off. I think I've got a sort of a berry sprig that I'm cutting at the moment, which is just going to sit at the top of my photo. And I've got a chipboard sticker which has some holly on, and I've got another chipboard sticker there which has 2021 on it as well, and because these photos were taken last year, I figured I would use that too. So I think most of my embellishments are stuck in place now, but I'm just trying to get these last little bits secure. So I'm just going to use some glossy accents for my holly leaves at the top. And I'm going to try and add in a few foam squares to my chipboard pieces as well. I've got a couple of little paper snip pieces that I've got at the bottom there. There's some really cute little phrases on the paper snip sheet, and I decided to use the phrases "hot cocoa" and "all wrapped up" because they're in a beautiful sort of baby pink colour that worked well for the bottom part of the page. So there we are, that is the full layout there for you. I've got a few close-ups on the way as well. I really hope you have enjoyed watching this and it provides you with some inspiration as to how you can use some of your Foxbox goodies this month. And if you have got any questions or comments, I would absolutely love to hear from you. So please do let me know, and hope to see you again soon.